कूजन्तं राम रामेति मधुरं मधुराक्षरम् आरुह्य कविताशाखां वन्दे वाल्मीकि कोकिलम्। रामाय रामभद्राय रामचन्द्राय वेधसे रघुनाथाय नाथाय सीताया पतये नमः। जयत्याश्रितसन्त्रास ध्वान्तविध्वंसनोदयः प्रभावान् सीतया देव्या परमव्योमभास्करः परमव्योमभास्करः।
श्रीमते निगमान्त महादेशिकाय नमः। Rama, while he was woken up from his sleep by Vishwamitra Maharshi so sweetly, so beautifully, he performed his daily duties, including the recitation of Gayatri Mahamantram. We incidentally saw how beautifully Valmiki Maharshi has connected Srimad Ramayanam and Gayatri Mahamantram. So, reciting the entire Ramayana is equal to understanding and reciting Gayatri Mantram 1,000,000 times. So, that said, Rama and Lakshmana sincerely followed the footsteps of Vishwamitra, and they were passing through a certain place called as Kamashrama. That is when Rama asked, "What is this place?" And he explained that Bhagavan Shiva, that is Rudramurti, was performing penance. While he was meditating, that is when Meena, Manorama and Himavan's daughter, called as Parvati or Parvata Vardhini, she wanted to marry Shiva. So every day she would come and perform or worship Shiva. So one day, with the interest of waking up Shiva from that meditation, because only when Shiva wakes up, marries Parvati, their offspring will be able to kill the demoniac force headed by Tarakasura. So Indra and the other devas dispatched a particular person in the celestial crowd who will invoke and ignite the love. He was called Manmatha or Kamadeva, often referred to as Mara too. So this Kandarpa or Kamadeva was sent. So Kandarpa has a bow, which is that of Ikshu, which is the sugar cane, and the flowers become the arrows. So with that he will hit a person, which means when there is a Vasanta Kalam, spring season always invokes that love spirit amongst couples. So while Kamadeva was aiming to shoot the arrow at Lord Shiva understood that somebody is trying to ignite that passion in him. He turned and looked around and he saw Kamadeva at one go, and he burnt him with the fire that emanated from his third eye. So Anga, the one who with all the body parts, became Ananga, without the body parts. Ananga means Kamadeva. So they passed through that place. Kandarpo murtimanasit kama ityuchyate budhaihi tapasyantamiha niyamena samahitam, says Valmiki. They entered the next forest. There Suketu and Jambha, they got their children married. So Jambha's son Sundar and Suketu's daughter Tataka, they married. Tataka and Sundar had two sons. One was called Maricha and the other was called Subahu. So Sundar, despite being brought up in a very cultured environment, when he grew up, he became a barbaric person. So he was loitering in the forest And one day he spotted a deer variety. So he started running behind the deer. This man caught the deer with the jaws of his teeth that was shrieking, that was suffering in pain. That is when the inmates of a certain ashramam, hermitage, came out and said, Sunda, what you are doing is wrong. These animals are domesticated ones, pet animals that belong to this hermitage. Please do not do this. This is Agastya Ashramam. If he gets angry, you will not be able to bear that anger. Sunda refused to listen and started consuming that venison, that particular deer flesh, raw. Then Agastya got really angry and with his hunkaram was able to kill Sunda. When Sunda was killed and this news reached his wife Tataka, Tataka became agitated and along with her sons Subahu and Maricha came running to the spot. And as they came running to the spot, trying to attack the ashramam again, trying to attack the pet animals again, Agastya cursed, you are not Rakshasas, but you are exhibiting the qualities of a Rakshasa. Rakshasa means one who does not have any iota of mercy. So we use it in our colloquial usage as well, right? If someone is merciless, there is no emotion in that person, we ask, are you a Rakshasa? So this Rakshasa buddhi, this particular Rakshasa trait is found in you all. So may you all get transformed into 100% Rakshasas. Rakshasastvam bhajastveti maricham vyajaharasaha. Thereby, this lady Tataka, who was already barbaric, became 100% barbaric. She became such a nightmare to even the animals living there. In fact, the Tamil poet Kamban gives a very, very unimaginable description. He says, what she used to do, it seems she used to kill the elephants. Imagine what would have been her power, what would have been her body size. She must have been gigantic. I'm sure children who are listening will be able to relate to the Jonathan Swift's Gulliver Travels, where we have Lilliputians and the other one who's so huge. So she was so huge, she used to kill elephants one after the other. Today we call it poaching. There is Wildlife Protection Act. In those days she used to do it just like that. So those elephants were stripped off their flesh, their blood used to ooze. Those skeletons, those large skeletons of the elephants, as she would kill, she would accumulate. She used to then tie them up, one skeleton over the other. She created a garland. Imagine a garland of the skeletons of the elephants. And she used to sport that garland and that used to reach only her waist. So imagine her size, says the Tamil poet. See, whether that such a person of that size existed or not, at least we should know that she possessed more power than what an average human being has. Now, Vishwamitra gets into that ashramam and tells, see, looking at we human beings coming, she will smell our flesh and she will come running. Rama, kill her. Rajyabharani yuktanam yesha dharmaha sanatanaha adharmyam jahika kutstha dharmo hyasyam na vidyate. Hey Rama, yesha dharmaha sanatanaha. Protecting one's subjects is the duty of a good administrator and the supervisor. This is what eternally the truth has been. Yeshaha dharmaha sanatanaha. So kill her. Now Rama asks, see, I have never attempted to fight against anybody before. All I was taught was archery in my school days, hermitage days, Gurukula Vasam. This is the first time I am coming outside my kingdom and this is my first yuddham. The woman race, the Stri Jati is what we have been told in Sanatana Dharma to revere, not to fight, not to kill, not to disrespect, not to humiliate, not to molest. We have been told to respect that Jati. And today I am coming for my yuddham, the first target, and you are telling kill this lady. Is this right? Killing ladies itself is a bad thought and you want me to do that in action. Vishwamitra then tells, Ekasminnatra nidhanam prapite dushtakarini bahunam bhavati kshemaha tasyah punya pradovaraha. It is not a sin, Rama. You are thinking killing Tataka is a sin. It is not a sin. if killing a person who's tormenting the ordinary citizens of a country is giving peace to the country by killing that person who's tormenting the other citizens, if by doing such an act you are giving peace and letting harmony thrive in the society, then such a killing is not treated as papam, it is treated as punyam, a very good deed. So you may kill her. Ekasminnatra nidhanam prapite dushtakarini. In fact, in the regional version of the Ramayanam, when Rama asks whether I can kill her, she is a woman, Vishwamitra uses his eloquence and says, who told you she is a woman? First of all, that assumption itself is wrong. A woman is supposed to be strong, powerful, very, very merciful. She lacks even a drop of mercy. Rama, you won't even believe me when I say, when pregnant women cross the forest, she kills those pregnant women, puts her hands through into the woman's womb, takes the developing fetus out, puts it in her mouth and swallows and crushes that fetus. Such a woman who likes the blood and the flesh of the undeveloped child, the fetus, do you think, Rama, she is fit to be called a human being and a woman? She is not a woman at all, so you can kill her. Rama says, see, I am a person who tries my level best to follow Dharma Shastra. Has there been precedence in killing a woman? Have our forefathers killed women? You tell me that first. Vishwamitra tells, there used to be a daughter of Virochana called as Manthara. This Manthara is different from the Manthara whom we will be seeing in Ayodhya Kandam. So this Manthara, the daughter of Virochana, once wanted to destroy the human population on this earth. Understanding this, Indra killed her. Shruyatehi pura shakro Virochana sutam nripa prithivim hantumichantim mantaram abhyasudayat. Next, Rama, I'll give you another example. When Shukracharya had gone out, his mother, Shukra's mother, who was Bhrigupatni, she wanted to obtain Indra's seat stealthily in a clandestine fashion. So the Lord took an incarnation and killed her. Vishnuna chapura Rama Bhrigupatni pativrata anidram lokamichanti kavyamata nishodita. Rama, I have given you precedents. You wanted examples before. I have given you examples. What is your decision now? I have told you her behavior. I have told killing women in the past has been approved in various circumstances. Now you tell me what is your decision. Rama said, I have 3 reasons why I will fight her and kill her now. 3 reasons. Go brahmana hitarthaya deshasya cha hitaya cha tava jaiva prameyasya vachanam kartumudyataha. The bovine race that supplies milk, curds, butter, ghee for all our duties and sustenance, that bovine race has to be protected. You are saying that she kills even cows. So I shall always agree with you that the bovine race has to be protected. Brahmana, those people who have been ordained to lead a simple life, preach the good teachings of the Vedas, learn good teachings and lead a simple life and treat all of them equally without any disparity. Such Brahmanas. So when he mentions Brahmanas, it is not the Brahmanas we think, where just being born into a Brahmin family doesn't give me that right. I have to learn the Vedas. I have to preach the Vedas. I have to live by the Vedas. Filling on the application form will not help. Go Brahmana hitarthaya, for the protection of the bovine race and the Brahmanas, deshasya cha hitaya cha, for the overall good of the country, I shall kill her. Second reason, vachanam kaushikasyeti kartavyam avishankaya. My father said, follow the words of Kaushika, who's Vishwamitra, blindly. Don't even think twice. Whatever he says is a commandment that is equivalent to the father. My commandment, do it, Rama. Piturvachana nirdeshat, Piturvachana gauravat, Piturvachana gauravat. I have to follow the words of my father. That is the purpose of this janma for me, I shall do it. Third reason. Shasanat Brahmavadinaha. I have understood in these few days that I have moved with you that you know the quintessence of the Vedas. So if a person who has learnt the Vedas and practices it, I have to follow his words. So this is the third reason. Rama made a resolve to kill her. How did he do that? We shall see it in the next episode.
Dear Astika reader, I am happy to be authoring a 2-part book on the Ramayana in English. The first part is slated for release in the year 2024. The book aims to recreate and retell the Ramayana of Valmiki, conforming to the ancient commentaries and other allied literature. To receive notifications of the book release, kindly register with www.deshikadaya.org/books. Namaskaram.